This is the one thing that I wanted to do since the first camera I've ever gotten. And I finally did it. I put it together. Shout out to this Lark bottle. Like UV lights and all that stuff, clean out the water. So since the first camera that I ever got, I've always wanted that whole like rig and shoulder mount thing, and never really came to purchase because I really wasn't working on anything really. But it's the holidays, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna gift myself something. So I said, fuck it. I did it. I started off with a Canon T1i for photography, and then eventually somebody lent me a Sony A6000. Shout out to Liz. Lent me the A6000, changed my life. After that, I ended up getting the Canon 70D, and I started vlogging on the 6000. Bought the 70D. That was like the first camera that I bought. And then after that, the A7 II, and then I jumped to like A7C, and then like been back and forth. Then recently I had the A7C, which is what I was doing everything on. It was my workhorse. But then realizing that like shooting at night was like super difficult for me, so I ended up upgrading recently. Black Friday, shout out to you. I ended up getting the Sony FX2, and I am so excited about this camera. I already love this camera. I always wanted an FX3, but the price is crazy. So I was like, settled for the FX2, mostly because it's like the unofficial child of like the A7C and like the FX3. So I could do all my photography with this, I could do all my video with this, and then it hit me. I have a cinema camera. Am I not gonna rig it out? So that's what I did. So I'm here to show you this multifunctional, I believe it's multifunctional rig that I ended up putting together. Before we get into the rig and all that stuff, I noticed something like as I'm editing, and it's like the table shake is crazy. So like if you get vertigo or whatever the case is, this is your warning. This is your disclaimer. But also this is what I'm working with right here. This table right here with a small rig desk clamp arm. So it is clamped to the desk. So any little thing, boom, boom, boom. And then like since the rig is so big, there's moments where like I put the rig down and then like it's not even that, like I ain't even slam it down, but it looks like I slammed it down. So I apologize in advance. I just wanted to show this little beautiful thing here. But just enjoy, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and like just get back into the video. So here we have everything that you would need to put this rig together. It's not a crazy complex rig or anything. It's something basic, something simple, but I feel like it's multifunctional with like pieces like this that I'll get into later. Some of these pieces are for the most part individual, like these are all individual. This came with the cage, which I'll get into. These two came together, and this is what you would need to literally put the whole thing together. Small rig multi-tool. This is the smaller one. They have like the 7-piece one and then the 10-piece one, which I'll get into. I'll probably get one soon, but this is all I need for right now. Starting with the brains of the operation is the Sony FX2. Now, what I did, the first thing that I got was this cage right here, which is the Falcam cage, and it's mostly for, not mostly, it is for the FX3. So there's another piece that comes through on this side for the hot shoe mount, but it covers this HDMI door right here. So I took the piece out. It screws in here, goes up this way, and has the hot shoe right there. So I am missing one hot shoe, but there's other stuff that you can get later to get that hot shoe going. It does have this side piece, so I left that there. Doesn't bother the door at all, so that's good. And then obviously the base plate is the same thing, doesn't bother the door at all. This lens is the Sigma 24-70, my favorite lens period, and then on it I have the short stash everyday filter. The first thing, which is like the base of the whole thing, would be these pieces right here. These come together, right? And then you would unscrew these 4 screws to take them apart so that you can get into this part right here, okay? Now, the second thing that I ended up buying was this right here. This is your V-mount battery holder, right? Which I have the Small Rig 99, and it's adjustable over here, right? And then you also have your ARRI lock over here as well. So the first issue that this brought me was the fact that I really wanted to just have it here because this is technically an ARRI, and it doesn't. I had to go find another way to put that together. I already had this, so I ended up screwing, I'll put this right here for now. I ended up screwing this to the bottom, but since the 2 screws are so close together, it's such a hassle to get in and out, and then I couldn't center it, so all them issues, and I was like, you know what, I need to find something better. So today, I was looking around, was thinking about it, and I have this. So this is the Falcam F38 clip, right? And I learned today that it literally just clips on here. So now you have your quick release over here. Now this doesn't go all the way. I might have to like loosen it up a bit, but whatever. So now that we got this part settled, we have to connect it on here, just like this, okay? Now, it's super simple. You got the screws in the bottom of it. All you need to do is just align them up and then screw it in. There we go. I try to keep it closer to the front because you're gonna need to like, well, not really, but you want to make sure that you have enough clearance. So now with your multi-tool, here. So now that you have this part done and you make sure your screws are settled in, this plate goes right here. Make sure you tighten them all. I like to tighten diagonally so we can get even pressure. This is where it's at. Now, we're gonna move this to the side over here, right? The next thing we have is we have our rods, the 15mm rods, right? Now these I keep closer to the front because of what I'm attaching later. The good thing about these rods is that you can get the extension so that you can make them longer for the shoulder mount, etc. But for now, I'm gonna keep them here because I'm not using any of that stuff. The next thing that I'm adding would be this right here, right? Now, this is a cheese plate, obviously, to the 15mm rod. Do it outwards. And then this piece right here, this is the NATO rail. And then we have the ARRI pin, right? So we're putting this on this side. Same thing, make sure the rail is on the outside. The other piece of this Falcam cage is this right here. This is the top piece. So it comes in 3 pieces. Well, it comes in, 3 pieces. You have this piece, the bottom with the left side, and then you have this piece up here. And I love the fact that you can mount this directly onto the camera. The one issue that I ran into with this is the fact that I have the Hollyland Lark Max 2. I'm not gonna take it out because of the fact that it'll start recording, etc. But the base is super wide, so you can't connect it all the way. It doesn't go all the way in. So what we have is this right here. This is the wireless adapter for the Hollyland Lark Max 2. I love the Hollyland Lark Max 2 is actually what I'm using right now with the lavalier. This goes right in here and it fits in perfectly, right? And then you put the bass right on top. It also works with the DJI mic as well, system as well. So now that we have the camera for the most part set up, right? We're gonna throw this bad boy on here. This is the Falcam handle, and I love it because you can also take it apart. You can add something else on there. If you don't want a handle, but you want this part right here, then you can switch it out, do whatever you want. Now, the reason why I have this is because it's not gonna plug in all the way. So I'm not using wirelessly if I'm using the entire rig. Because of the fact that I have this here, it ends up hitting this part right here and it doesn't go all the way. Now, it feels like it's clicked in all the way, but as a fear of losing audio, I just connect the wires and call it a day. My alternate is using this right here. So instead of using the handle, what I do is I'll connect this here, screw this Tilta magic arm. And this is a very strong fill-in magic arm. I love this magic arm, it's my favorite one. So I would connect this here, and then I would have this like this so that I can connect the monitor here. And that'll also give me a separate handle right here. And then I don't need this handle. I have another handle here, whatever the case is. I have the monitor up here. I love this thing. Also have the Falcam F22 clip on the top. This piece right here, this is a F22 adapter. I ended up screwing it in there so that I can connect this over here. Which side goes in? I think it goes in this way. There we go. Connect this over here, and this is the Falcam monitor, the monitor mount to F22 as well. I'm in too deep on the Falcam section. Now, this right here is ready to go for me. Like if I'm doing run and gun, I want to get some, something walking around, etc. This is enough for me. So now we're gonna connect it on here. I usually loosen this, move it out the way just in case. And then the Falcam F38 goes right in here. We're secure right there. Then depending on where I need this, I like to keep it a little bit to the front and then at a bit of an angle so that it doesn't hit the actual lens. One specific reason for this, which is the only thing I would use it for. This right here is the adapter for this. Goes right in here, and then you screw it in with this. But I'm not using this. Even though I should be using it because it'll hold the lens up, but I do need longer rods for that. So what I'm doing without this, it'll lean forward. So I usually I keep this on here, and then it gives me a little bit of stability when I have the rig set up. Next thing we're doing is this V-mount battery. Is a small rig 99. You got your percentage up top. Then you have USB-A, USB-C, and then you have your 8-volt out and your 12-volt out. Then on the side right here, you have your D-tap. Super simple, goes on the back like this. Done. This is where we at so far. The next thing is this Tilta matte box. This is the Tilta Mirage. And you can add filters and stuff on here. So they have like the VND adapter for this. It's like $250. It comes with a bunch of rings in a kit. So I added this ring onto the lens itself so that it can just glide right in here. And once it's in here, you make sure you're aligned and you tighten it up. So now you got your matte box over here. Boom. Now with these smaller pieces, the reason I got these smaller pieces is because on this side, right, I have this NATO rail, and then I have this small rig handle right here. It's a NATO rail as well. So I'm gonna slide it right in here, depending where I want it. But this is more or less where I have it. Boom. And then the screen fits flush on this side over here. We're good to go. Next up would be the Condor Blue dummy battery. Now, the issues that I'm having with this camera is that right now I have the small rig battery. And the small rig battery, whenever I turn it on, let's see if it does it this time. It'll eventually give me a message that like the battery like cannot be secured or is unsafe or whatever the case is. I forgot exactly what the message is, but Other than that, the battery works. It's good. I'm not gonna take out the battery door. It'll be fine. Then over here, next up is the monitor. I'm using the Viltrox DC2, the DCX2. I love this monitor. I also put a little F22 clip on the bottom. It comes with the sun visor, and then boom, connects right there. Boom, HDMI and a regular USB cable. Connects over here. I'll give it like 1 or 2 laps around here. Now the cable management is that's the part that needs a little help, but this is where we at. It's a regular Viltrox HDMI cable that came with the monitor, but I'm definitely gonna get the coiled Condor Blue. Now for the added right side of it, I'll add this. Let's say you want to throw in one of these. This one is the Amaron Ace 25. It comes with a hot shoe adapter's magnet, but I put the F22 clip on it. This is where we at. This is a beast of a setup. Now, if you don't want this on here, I like this setup. Like, it's a little comfortable for me. The reason for the little cheese plate on the side is I have another Magic arm that I'm actually using it right now, but I usually use the other one, which connects better. But now I have a Magic arm rigged setup here in which I can put my iPhone and get POV of me here or whatever it is that I want to do. If I want to switch this to the other side, I could switch it to the other side. Or if you want to use this instead, and this is one of my favorite Magic arm and clamp combination. Super sketchy, but it works. You get your POV shots, whatever it is that you want to do. This is a setup right here. Now, having a setup like this allows you to use your cameras in like different ways that you would if you were just like handheld with the camera itself, as far as rigging points, as far as like things that you can connect to the camera. And then the bottom part of it, I could attach another Falcam F38 or the Ari little sliding lock, so I can put it on a tripod and use it that way. And it makes it a different experience. Like it in my opinion, handheld is a little easier. You have another point of contact to your body where you can stabilize a little more. But most importantly, like, it looks good. And that's the part that I love. I'm guilty of just wanting something that looks good. I feel like subconsciously, this is one of those things where like, now I have to up my game. Now I have to like shoot more. Now I have to do more with it because I want to get my money's worth, to be honest. So I am excited to go out and use this thing. There are other things that, like I said, I want to get for it. And there are like little complications here and there. Like the Condor Blue battery, the fact that it's giving me that error, I have to figure out why. And next up is like cinema lenses. So I do want to get the follow focus. I'm not exactly sure which one I want to get because I would love to have the LiDAR system, the DJI system, so that I can just use cinema lenses, anamorphic lenses, etc. I used a Blazar 50mm cinema lens, but because of the fact that it was a crop lens, I ended up returning it. But I did shoot a short film on it, which I'm super happy about. I love the way it came out. The lens looks good, nice characteristics, loved it. So I am excited to see like what lenses I'm going to get into. And there's another piece that you can adapt to it to support the lens as well, which I think is something that should be purchased also. But also like having the cheese plate on the top or having the cheese plate on the bottom gives you extra mounting points, and you can never go wrong with a couple mounting points, to be honest. So I hope you guys like this video. let me know if you got a rig on your FX2. Let me know what you used on it. Let me know what you used for it. I'm waiting on FileCam to come out with an actual cage for the FX2, so I'm missing that little hot shoe piece. But there's also something like little attachments that I got that I'll show you. The first thing is this set of hot shoe from Small Rig. So they're just the hot shoe mounts by itself. So I could mount this on the cheese plate right here and then be able to mount something else on there, right? Or I can put it over here on top of the handle. I can put it over here on top of the handle to have a cold shoe right here. Boom. And that's where like having these attachments come in clutch, because you can customize this however you want. Another thing that I got is literally a bunch of these FileCam F22. This is F22 with the NATO rail attachment. This is F22 with the cold shoe attachment. And this is just a regular F22. And then I have this one, which is the cold shoe adapter to F22. Those are little attachments that you can get to make everything more functional and get the most out of your camera setup. I hope you enjoyed all the information you've been given today. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff, comment. Let me know what your FX2 build looks like, or any rig. Let me know what your rig looks like, and if there's other things that you would suggest, I'll be willing to look into things. Definitely get yourself some magic arms, some cold shoe adapters, F22 clips, F38. Get rigged out, yo. This is it right here. This is dope.